Hi guys, I'm working on a video right now, and I'm working on a game, and I would like to show it to you guys. Right now I'm developing a new game. Not really working on ChromeWing right now. I'm just working on this game that I found to be kind of interesting. The game is called IPKU, and so we got here is we have a game that kind of like makes fun of um like MMOs, like it paradises MMOs in like an arena-based 2D like side-scrolling game. And I'll show you how this works. So what we have here is we have this one character here, and he looks around like this. And it's like a platformer, as you can see here. You just walk around and all that. So it does the usual thing. Um, the controls like WSD, and then you can press S like to duck down in the little holes. So this game is kind of like a little bit of Terraria, a little bit of World of Warcraft, a little bit of Diablo, a little bit of like MOBAs, kind of. It's gonna make fun of kind of like it's gonna have like a MMO theme to it in like a certain way that's kind of like special. Like what it's gonna basically do is it's gonna like act like one, but it's not really one. So hopefully someday I'll have multiplayer out of this game, and it'll be like 10 versus 10 players or something like that. And your team would be called a guild, and the object of the game I think so far will be like to get the most PKs or player kills, and it will have all these different skills down here. They're not here yet, but there's these skills you can have, and each time you level up, which will be down here somewhere, you'll level up like every time you get like different um, minerals and stuff like that, crafting minerals, crafting weapons, um, attacking other players, killing them, getting you can kill like enemies that'll spawn on the screen somewhere. You can kill bosses that'll spawn in some random places, and then you'll have different skill each time. And the interesting thing with this game will be that you'll get randomized weapons that have like randomized stats, but then each time you level up, you'll have skills that have randomized things that the weapons actually do, so they can have like random versus random at the same time and get more random stuff. So it'll be more focused on randomness than really like um much other things. It'll be a lot of randomness involved. Like for example, this whole map right now is random. It's like what I did was I had it spawns all these blocks column by column. And it goes from bottom to the up, and it does all the things. And then each time it goes to another row, another column. It has a randomized number. If it goes up or down, it'll have a different altitude. So I'll show you more of the gameplay now. So if you shift click on stuff, you can mine them, and there's a cooldown bar. And as you can see, when I'm going down, it mines a little bit slower. And you got vision down here, and I got like blue over here, and I think that's either white or cyan. I'm actually a little tiny bit colorblind, so it might be kind of hard to see this, so I might change it later. And so I got blue down here, and it might be kind of hard to read that, but it says there's 3 blue minerals I got. Now I'm gonna get these gray ones. So the black ones are for dark weapons that are slower but more stronger. The gray ones are for crafting armor and all that. Then the white ones are for crafting faster but weaker weapons. And all these colors over here are just different color weapons that have different stats and stuff like that. They'll change later on. Right now as it stands, the only thing that really varies with color is the armor. So I'll try showing you what I can do here. Okay, so right now I have 4 white and 4 cyan. So I'm going to shift click this and then shift click that. And the way it works right now, this is 4 and that's 4, so 4 times 4 equals 16. I have 100, so if you get over 100 you can get a really unique weapon, but I'm only crafting like a newbie weapon, so I got this cyan staff. It randomly creates your staff, a bow, or a or a sword. So right now I got a staff, and it's got 23.6 DPS, 11 damage, 2.1 attacks per second, and a projectile speed of 240 pixels per second. So I'm going to show you how this works. You can also climb everything in the game, so it doesn't make it so hard to move around. So now I got this staff here, and it's cyan, so it's going to shoot these cyan balls out. And since the speed's not very good, it's only 240, it'll only shoot that far. So it's not that good, but of course that's because I didn't use a lot of minerals. So now I'm going to show you what happens if I can get bigger, better weapons. Now normally it takes like 2 or 3 minutes. I've tested this. It takes like 2 or 3 minutes to get pretty good gear for your character. So it's not that, it doesn't take that long to get good gear. But if you press the number keys down here, you can. I'm in God mode right now, so I can spawn anything I want. So now I'm spamming a bunch of keys, and I can craft like a dark red weapon. I got a sword, and this has got 120 DPS versus 23. Does 82 damage, that's a lot. It only does 1.5 attacks per second though, and it's got really slow projectile speed, so it's not actually that good. But I'll show you how this works. If you shift click on equips, you'll drop them. And right now there's a glitch where I drop everything sometimes whenever I click it. So the staff works by just like simply shooting and aiming, but the sword's the most unique weapon. What you do is you have to swing your weapon around, and then when you click, it like spawns it like in that direction. So like if I can sling it over there, and I can do that, and then if I do it their way, then I can spawn their way too. This is a really slow weapon, so the way it has been generated, so it's not going to really do very good. If it had better projectile speed, I'd be able to do better stuff with it. So now I made a bow. Still does that thing. And I also have this feature where you can see the weapon stats from outside when you have it on the ground. So this is a bow. It looks like a crossbow way I'm holding it, but it's supposed to be actually a bow, so I might change that. So right now the stats on this thing, 78 DPS, 13 damage, so it's really weak, but it does a lot of attacks per second, and it goes really fast. It goes 1,140 pixels per second, so it's going to go really fast. So right now it's going really fast, and arrows aren't affected as much by gravity, but squares that are generated by the sword are really affected by gravity, but they bounce off of stuff and they stay on the ground, so it helps for like protecting ground from other opponents. So we got that right there. So that's almost everything I can show you now. The skills that are going to appear up here are going to have MP. There, you'll use up MP every time you click on a skill, and to select a skill, you like right click and drag, and then let go. Your mouse will automatically appear down here in this area, and you right click and you drag to let go on a skill, and then you use that. So you can probably have skills that like spawn like 2 bullets at once or something, or 2 projectiles at once. You might have skills that have greater gravity applied to it, or it might have skills that tend to have negative gravity, maybe go upward. So you'll have lots of random things. Also come up with more projectiles than just these arrows, circles, and squares. I'll probably more than that. So there'll be more different random things. So yeah, and then probably I'll have I'll have projectiles that are based on each of these colors. Like they'll probably like a fire icon or something, maybe something like that. The magenta will be used for healing other players because it'll be like pink hearts and all that. So I'm gonna try showing you the upper zone that randomly spawns. So yeah, now I'm up here, and now you're gonna randomly have different altitudes, and this is a really high altitude right now, so there's these clouds up here, so you can jump on the clouds and all that. You can even mine the clouds. And then let's see. So what's gonna basically happen is we got like different bosses. There's gonna be ones in the sky probably too, but they might fall down to the ground. That'd be kind of ironic. Yeah, it'll be kind of funny, and then we can dig down here and all that. So that's almost everything I got so far. What I'll add later is I'll probably add. Oh wait, I forgot to show you the armor. So yeah, you use gray blocks to do that. So I'll create red armor, and then it gives me a red helmet. The red's useful for regenerating HP. So this one gives me 15 HP per second regenerating, and it only gives me 10 defense, so it's not really that good with defense. The best one with defense is the green one. I'll probably show you how it works. Make sure I have like 10 of each of these, because 10 times 10 is like 100. So it's 58 defense, so it's a lot better than 10. But then the HP and the MP is not really good. The MP was actually pretty good on the randomly generated on the green armor. You could also drop these too. So right there. They have their own physics and everything. Yeah, so you can drop them down there. So yeah. So it does that. So that's basically almost everything I can think of. If you saw it before, there's like boundaries for the walls and all, and the ceiling. And on the bottom there's bedrock, which you can't dig past. So yeah, basically we'll have that kind of randomness to it and all that. And it'll be like a PvP game, but it'll also kind of like a MMO theme. So it'll be kind of neat. I also like the animations on this character, it's pretty neat. So yeah, that's pretty much it for now. So I guess that's it. See you later, guys.